Hello everyone, I am Amruta Jadhav ma'am, your physics teacher. So as yesterday we have started a new lesson which is electrostatics. We have covered many points which are basic points of electrostatics and even the applications of it. And now and onwards we are going to deal with many concepts which are there inside it, and the very important and very interesting concept which is potential energy and potential difference that we are going to deal today. So let's move towards our second part. Before moving toward the second part, we are going to revise the part 1 first, and then we'll move towards the part 2. Okay, so let's revise. First point which we have discussed yesterday was Gauss law and its application. I hope you remind all the things which are related to Gauss's law and its applications. Even if you don't remember the exact formulae for all of this, but I hope you remember how to apply that formulae. If you don't remember the formula exactly, you can apply it and you can find it out how to find. Alright, so what is Gauss's law? Gauss's law gives the relationship between electric field and electric charge. Alright, and its formula, or mathematically we can write it as phi, which gives you the electric flux. Phi is nothing but Q divided by epsilon 0, where Q is the charge and epsilon 0 is permittivity of free space. So that was the basic formula of Gauss, and according to the integration format, it is nothing but closed integration of E bar dot ds. By applying this law to three terms, which is, first one is due to uniformly charged sphere. By applying the Gauss law to the uniformly charged sphere, we have calculated the intensity, and even we have seen the cases of it also. So what was that? E is equal to sigma r square divided by epsilon 0 small r square. That was the formula which we have derived yesterday. Alright, and the second one, which is due to an infinitely long straight charged wire, or we can call it as cylinder, we have done the expression for it, and that is, for this is E is nothing but lambda divided by 2 pi epsilon 0 r. From both of this, what we have concluded, that in case of infinitely long straight conductor, we have considered the linear charge density, and in case of uniformly charged sphere, we have considered the charge density, which consisting of what was that? It was nothing but charge density and per unit area it was. So we have denoted, in the first case it was sigma, and in the second case it was lambda, because it was linear in the second case. Okay, and the third one is due to a charge infinite plane shift. Because it has two faces, so we got the equation or the formula in that terms, which is E is nothing but sigma divided by 2 epsilon 0. Why we got 2 over here? Because it is having two faces, so we got 2 over here. Alright, so this is what we have done yesterday. That means the application of Gauss's law. Then we have seen electric potential and potential energy. We have just discussed few points which are related to that. I guess we have just seen the formula, which is F bar dot dr bar is gives you du. Now in this lecture we are actually going to do these all things which are related to potential energy and potential. Okay, so let's move towards the first point, or the points which we are going to discuss today are these points. 5 points we are going to discuss. Amongst the first is expression for potential energy. We are going to derive expression for the potential energy. Then what units are being used for the potential energy, and in different unit, that means in SI, in CGS, in many forms that may be used for the applications. That means for the numerical part we are going to use that systems of unit. Okay, Then third point which is going to cover in today's part is concept of potential. What exactly the concept behind potential word that we are going to discuss. Fourth one is relationship between electric field and electric potential. Both are having the same word or the common word which is electric, but it deals with electric field and electric potential. What is the exact difference between them and what is the relation between them, that we will see. And the last one, zero potential. You have know this concept which is zero potential. You usually use this word in another form which is earthing. We have earthing over here. That earthing is gives you the idea about zero potential, that will discuss later. Alright, so let's move to the first point which is expression for potential energy. Let's see. Okay, so the first is expression for potential energy. For that we are going to consider a diagram in which you can see a plus q, a charge plus q is situated at point O here. It is situated at point O, and the another charge which is small charge plus q0 is at point A. Now I just wanted to clear the concept which is potential and what is potential energy before moving towards this expression. We have seen yesterday what is potential. What is potential? Potential energy is nothing but the stored form of energy. And what is potential difference? It deals with the charges itself. Let me give you one example. Potential is nothing but the location of the charge, and potential energy is nothing but when the charges comes in contact with this potential, it will charged. That means it has some energy. By considering one example, you will come to know exactly about potential and potential energy. Suppose we have a plug of a bulb which is of 240 volt. Obviously in our home all the plugs are having same amount of wattage. I am going to consider a plug which is having 240 volt of potential in it. I am saying 240 volt of potential in it, but does it giving me some energy in kinds of light? Does it giving me light? No, unless it is plugged by a bulb. When I am plugging a bulb inside a fuse, inside a socket, then and only then we are getting a light. So what is the exact meaning of this? When we are considering a single socket, it is having potential. That means it gives you the location of the charges. We know here is the potential of 240 volt. That is the location. But we have to take some charges over that, to that point, so that we can get the energy. So the journey of taking the charges to the some point, to the exact point where the socket is, that is called as potential energy. That should take some work done, and that work done is in terms of internal energy, and that we have discussed yesterday and we are going to apply it today. Again I am telling you by the same example, socket which is having 240 volt of potential, it is some point, it is a location where we can get 240 volt of potential. But if I plug a bulb in that, that means two are in contact with each other, then charges will flow through that bulb and that bulb will give you light. So that is nothing but energy. So it will be the potential energy which is stored in that socket, unless we are plugging that bulb to that socket. So this is nothing but potential and potential energy. Alright, so in this case also we are going to take the charge from A to point B over here. Origin point is O, where plus Q is located. This is potential. Okay, now we are going to move the charge which is Q0 from A to point B. Okay, so while moving from A to B, directly it can't come from A to B. It will travel some distance. Step by step it will come towards B. So we have written over here dr. It will first cover some distance dr, then it covers some distance, and then it will come towards point B. Okay, so as The distance from O to A is R1 and distance from O to B is R2. Here you can see. Fine. When point is moving from A to B in this direction and force is moving in this direction, which is electrostatic force, so these are both in opposite direction. So the formula which we are going to deal will be having negative sign. This is confirmed because force is in another direction and charges is moving in another direction. All right. So by using the formula of this du, which is internal energy or increase in potential energy, we can say increase in potential energy is F bar dot dr, because F bar dot dr is a formula for work done and work done is nothing but energy. So du is equal to F bar dot dr bar, which is nothing but minus Fe dot dr bar. That just right now we have said. Now if I am saying it has to move from one point to another, so integration should take place from point to point. So that is delta U is integration from R1 to R2. That point is to place from R1 to R2 du. So it is equal to integration R1 to R2 minus, what is du over here? It is minus Fe dr bar. Okay. So this is the formula which we have got. Now what will be the next point here? What will be Fe? Fe is nothing but electrostatic force. Electrostatic force is given by Coulomb's law. Coulomb's law is nothing but if 2-point charges are there, if q1 and q2 are the 2-point charges and if they are separated by distance r, then the force which is between q1 and q2 is directly proportional to product of both the charges and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. Now by applying that law in our diagram, we are having two charges. First charge is plus q, which is in capital Q, and second charge is plus q0. These are the two charges and distance is r. Okay, in terms of vector we are going to write it in this way, that is Fe is equal to minus 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 q0 upon r square into r cap. Okay, where r cap is what? It is nothing but a unit vector in the direction of r bar itself. And what gives you the negative sign? Just right now we have discussed, because the forces and the displacement is in opposite directions, so these are having negative charge. Okay, now for the system of 2-point charges, what will be that? So that will be in terms of integration. So here du is equal to integration r1 to r2 du. But what is du? Du is nothing but F bar dot dr bar. And what is F bar over here? This is the value for F bar and we can multiply it by dr. So we are getting this equation, which is integration r1 to r2 minus 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q0 by r square r cap into dr bar. Okay, now as 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0, q and q0, all things are constant, so we can take it out from the integration. And what is the integration of the basic thing? Formula basic means this, that is integration x raised to n. What is that? It is nothing but x raised to n plus 1 divided by n plus 1. So in this case, what is n over here? N is nothing but minus 2 in this case, because it is in the denominator. So what will be that? X raised to or r raised to minus 2 plus 1 divided by minus 2 plus 1. So what you will get? Minus 2 plus 1 is nothing but minus 1, and divided by minus 2 plus 1 will be minus 1 again. So you are getting in this way. R raised to minus 1 can be written in terms of 1 by r, and the negative sign will comes to the numerator. So minus 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 q0 will be as it is, and integration of this term is minus 1 by r from the limit r1 to r2. Now we are going to put the limit. How to put the limit of integration? Upper limit minus lower limit. Before doing that, this minus minus, this and this minus minus will get cancelled with each other, and we are getting the term as positive term. So delta U is 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0, Q 0, and upper limit, which is R2, which is 1 divided by R2 minus 1 by R1. So this is what? This is nothing but the change in the potential energy. And it depends on what? It depends on the path or not? Yes, the change in potential energy depends only upon the endpoints, and it is independent of actual path. How to go to that place, it is not important. Start point and end point is important. So it depends only on the end points but not on the path which is followed by it. Okay, the change in potential energy is equal to work done. Alright, that we have discussed. Internal energy is nothing but the work done, so we can write down WAB, which is work done between A to B, is delta U is nothing but this 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q 0 into bracket 1 by R2 minus 1 by R1. Now if we consider 2 point charges Q1 and Q2, and according to definition, to take the charge from infinity to a single point, from infinity, like that example of bulb, to take that bulb from some point to the plug, so that some point is at infinity and the bulb is some fixed point. So we are going to consider R1 as infinity and R2 as a point where exact potential is there. So here is the R. So by putting all this value, we are getting a general formula in this way, which is 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 divided by R. This is the formula for what? Potential energy. I hope you all got the concept of potential and potential energy. Okay, let's move towards the next point. What is that? Units of potential energy. What is, as it is the energy, it should be in terms of joule. So as we seen on the formula for this is gives you the relation between charges and the distance between them, and the distance is nothing but potential. So it should deals with coulomb and volt. So this unit 1 joule is nothing but energy stored. 1 joule is energy stored in moving charge of 1 coulomb through a potential difference of 1 volt, as we have seen the formula as Q1 Q2 by R. Q1 Q2 is charges which gives you the coulomb. Alright. Okay, and the another kind of or convenient unit of a potential difference is electron volts. So here it is in terms of electron volts itself. So as we have to know the relation between electron volt and joule, so here are the relation. 1 electron volt is 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 joule. If it is given as 1 milli electron volt, that is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 22. And if it is 1 kilo electron volt, it is 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 16 joule. These are used for the numerical purpose. So you have to know all these conversions between electron volt and joule. Okay, we are going to use this in all the application part, which is numerical part. Now moving towards the next point, which is concept of potential. We have discussed the formula, which is UR. UR is nothing but 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon 0 is 0, right? R is not there. It's only 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0. And Q1 Q2 by R. So this is the UR. Now if I consider Q1 inside the bracket and Q2 outside it, then I will get Q1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 R. Outside of the bracket it is Q2. It should be equal to Q2 inside and Q1 outside. It will doesn't make any matter. So the quantity VR, I am not saying UR, I am saying VR. VR, which is Q by 4 pi epsilon 0 R, depends on what? It depends on charge Q and the location of the point, which is R. So this is defined as the electrostatic potential of charge q at a distance r from it. Okay, in terms of two system, we can write it as this. ur is nothing but v1r of q2 is equal to v2r of q1, where v1 and v2 are respective potentials of charges q1 and q2. Now, as we have said that the potential energy is nothing but electric potential into charge, right? U is nothing but potential into charge we have to take. So we can write it as V is nothing but U divided by Q here. So electric potential difference between 2 points is in electric field can be written as this. V2 minus V1 will be what? U2 minus U1 divided by Q. So but change in energy, change in potential energy is what? Work done. So this can be written as work done by Q. So this is all about potential. This is all about the potential energy and how it can be converted into work done. Okay. So moving towards the next point here. This is not the next point. Relation between electric field and electric potential. Electric field gives you the idea about charges and electric potential will give you the idea about work done, force applied, change in potential energy. These all are concepts which are related to potential, right? So as work done is what? Force into displacement. If we are going to consider this is dx, so we are getting dw as minus f into dx, but f in this case is E because we are considering electric field, so minus E dx. dw is what? dv. Earlier slide we have seen difference in potential between 2 points. They have considered 2 points M and N. Okay, so dv will be what? Minus E dx, because dw is nothing but dv. Instead of dw I am writing dv over here. So we are getting E, that is electric field, is nothing but minus dv by dx. So this is the relationship between electric field and electric potential. Understood? Now, what is zero potential? What exactly it is the meaning of zero potential? By considering the concept, you will come to know exact idea about it. Zero potential, or the potential which is neutral, that can be called as the point which is very larger at a larger distance from the origin, that will be having very less potential. That less potential is nothing but zero potential. Zero potential does not have the meaning that potential is zero. No, there is a potential, but potential is in very lesser amount. So the nature of potential in such that its 0 point is arbitrary. This does not mean that choice of 0 point is insignificant. We said that it is grounded, we say that it is earthing, so that meaning is nothing but zero potential. So potential is zero over there, so current will not flow through it as potential is not there. As we have seen, if a plug is there inside of a house, if I put a finger inside a plug, what will happen? If I plug finger inside a socket which is having potential of 240 volt, I will get shock. So all the current will flow throughout me and I will get shock. So that is nothing but flow of charges. And if I put my that finger only to the cell which is having potential of 1.6 volt only, do I get shock? No, I will not get shock, because I have that much amount of resistance, so I can resist 1.6 voltage of potential and I will not get affected by it. So this is nothing but potential in comparison will be lesser or greater. So this deals with the concept of zero potential. So once the 0 point of potential is set, then every potential is measured with respect to that reference. We are going to take a point which is very away from that a single point, and we are going to consider that as a 0 point at where current is exactly not flowing. We are not saying not current is not there, Current is there, but we are going to consider that as a reference point. In case of point charges or localized collection of charges, 0 point is set at infinity. That's what I am saying. It is very far away from a point, origin point. So it should be at the infinity. For electrical circuits, the earth is usually taken to be zero potential. The concept earthing, the concept grounding. Thus, the potential at point A in electric field is the amount of work done. Potential at point A is a electric field is amount of work done to bring that unit positive charge from infinity to point A. If we are going to find out the potential at point A, we have to take that point from infinity to the point A. That is nothing but potential. So this is all about today's lecture. So what we have exactly done in today's lecture: first, expression for potential energy that we have derived. Then, units of potential energy in various systems. We have discussed concept of potential in terms of energy also. Then, relationship between electric field and electric potential we have discussed. And the last point was zero potential. I hope you all got all these points which are exactly related to the potential. There are many more concepts which are there for the potential energy, but these are the basic concept. This concept should be clear, then only you will get the another lecture what is exactly the another concept which is related to potential energy. So you have to know and you have to remind these all terms, then we can apply to the next advance of potential energy. All right, so thank you so much for watching whole video. If you have any query about this concept, do comment. I will try to solve your query and attend the test which is given on classroom. So attend the test after watching video. I am underlining the word after watching video. You are going to attend the test. Okay, thank you so much.